What is up, guys? Thank you so much for tuning in. I know this is something different. I know you guys are not used to seeing me outside of the gym and in this type of setting. But, everybody's doing a podcast now. So I was like, let me do a podcast too. So I think I can bring a lot of value in a lot of different topics. And just be a little bit more versatile with my content and what I do. So these first couple of episodes that I'm going to do myself, please, be forgiving. I'll have no experience of doing this whatsoever. This is kind of my first time, and I'm probably going to be all over the place. Just probably going to sound crazy. So forgive me for that. I will try to do my best, though. So that's that. So topic for today. This is something that I've been, it's been piling on, I'd say for years now. I've been hearing things, I've been seeing things, and this has to do with my industry. So basketball trainer world, and just how there's a lot of like false narrative and a lot of people who have, pretty significant platforms are spreading messages that, in my opinion, they sound great. Like they sound very politically correct and something that you should say. And, nobody can have anything against that because it's all, a good message. But does it help a trainer, get better? Does it help a trainer monetize his or her business? Does it help trainers build their brand and just be able to have longevity in this game and just, be successful and win? So this is kind of what I want to cover. This is going to be like a little rant. I'm not going to go for too long. Just like some of the big things that I'm hearing a lot of people share with like other trainers, which like almost makes me want to cringe because I'm like, you really? I swear, this is like 12th. Let me put this thing on mute. This is like 12th phone call that's scam likely. I don't know, like last couple of weeks I've been getting those a lot. But anyway, back to my point. So with this video, I guess my purpose is not to talk down on anyone. My purpose is not to diminish what anyone is saying. That's not what it is whatsoever. My goal with this video is to help those trainers that are starting out or those trainers that just don't know better, but they want to succeed and they just have not been giving advice that will take them there. And so that's what I want to cover. And I want to help trainers understand that it's normal to be a certain way and it's normal to think about certain things. Well, first topic is pretty sensitive to me. It makes me want to crawl out of my skin. This saying that gives absolutely no context and just almost like makes you feel guilty, and that is, I don't do it for the money. Great. I mean, that is such a pointless statement to make. That's, I think, one of the big reasons why so many people do not view training industry as a legitimate business, because of people saying stuff like that. Every single business out there does stuff for the money, to make profits, to generate revenue. When a basketball trainer says, I don't do it for the money, that just diminishes everything, like in terms of business value that trainer industry has as a whole. Like, what are we saying here? That like it almost like makes people that do want to make money with training guilty. It's not like that I'm still not doing my job. I still love I still love hoop. I still love helping people, okay? But at the end of the day, this is my full-time job. And I have to be able to help myself. I have to be able to help my family. I have to be able to help my team, people around me. And if I can't do that, then then this whole I'm not doing it for the money. Like, I get it. Like, we all love sport, but like to me personally, basketball training, that's a business. I run a business and I run a successful business. So for me, it's for when people say stuff like that, it's like it's very annoying. It's like you want to sound politically correct so bad, and you want to be such a good guy in the eyes of other people. They're like, I don't do this for the money. Well, great. Maybe you have another job. Maybe basketball training is not your full time job. Well, congratulations. But to a lot of people, this is a full time job, and this is how we provide, living for our family, for people on our team, for ourselves. So it's okay. It's okay to understand that you're doing this for the money. But in that process, you're also helping people get better and you're impacting kids' lives or other players' lives. And that's that. You can do multiple things and not have to diminish other thing. Okay, like I can still do this because like I wouldn't be doing this for free because I wouldn't be able to live or survive or so I do this for the money. And that's nothing wrong with that. Every single purchase you made during the day, whether it's a little pizza store, mom and pop burger shop, or a little clothing store, Walmart, wherever you go daily, every single place that you go to, their number one goal is to monetize and make money so that way they can pay their rent, pay their employees, make money themselves, and so on and so forth. So for a lot of trainers out there, please don't feel guilty or don't feel bad for wanting to make money with this and being honest about that. Like, in my opinion, there's nothing wrong with that. This is a business. There's so many people when I was first starting out that would ask me after I was done working out their kid, so what do you do for a living? After I just literally ran a workout with like 8 to 10 kids. Because for a lot of people, it's still like hard to believe that you can be a full-time trainer just by being in the gym. So like, if we're gonna keep saying, "Oh, money doesn't matter," no, money does matter. Like, excuse me, money. Like, just to say that, it's such a. I'm not gonna use bad words, but it's just such a cringe statement. It's like you want to be so politically correct and so liked by people. Oh, that guy is such a nice guy. He doesn't charge me, or he doesn't do it for the money. Well, fam, if that's something you can afford doing it, well, congrats. I personally can't afford doing that. So, just saying, that's number one thing. Another thing that kind of like goes in the mix with this is when trainers say, "This is not about me. This is all about a player." Well, damn. You know how many players I've been all about in the past and helped them get to certain levels, whether we're talking about college or pros? And I've been all about that player. Have given that player a lot of things, okay? My free time, you know, whenever like I had an opportunity, give them some shoes, clothes, whatever. Bought them food, just been all about them. Whenever they want to get in the gym, I'm there and just I've been all about that player. And then my ROI, not that I'm saying that I had an expectation, but I feel like it's just something that like it's normal to think. In return, I've got absolutely nothing from that player. So, like to say, it's all about the player. Well, how are we supposed to help a player if we can't help ourselves? Like, why can't it be about a player and about myself? Like, I'm a business too. I also have a brand now. Like, I have brand deals. So, like, I also have to be about myself. And if I'm gonna only be about a player and just like not going to try to elevate myself, if I've never done that, because there was a big switch at one time in my career where I've kind of, realized where the whole like being all about a player, where that's going to get me. And I stopped posting about players. I just stopped posting content with me in it. And ever since, I just ran with it. and it got me to where I am today, which I am very glad that I went and done that. And I've kind of, focused more about myself and not just strictly being about the player, because, it's a big rarity where a player is going to thank you back, and they're going to look out for you, and like after everything you've done, like they're going to, you know, just take care of you. Let's put it that way. For me personally, and I've worked with hundreds of high level players, and it hasn't happened for me. Okay, and I know a lot of other trainers who've been working with players since they were in middle school, got them to a certain level, and that player went and signed with an agency, never heard from him again. Like, that's real. So like, for me personally, I decided to starting betting more on myself and what I can do, and not having to rely on anybody but myself in terms of my success and what I can do standing on my 2 feet without having to rely and be at a mercy of my players. Like, yes, it's about a player. My job is to help player get better when he or she is with me in the gym. That's my job, and I do my job at a pretty high level. If you want to see proof of that, on Instagram, there's a little book icon. It's called a guide. You go there, you click on it. You'll see my results and how I help players transfer stuff that we do in my gym into a real game, and how it's copy and paste stuff. Copy and paste results. Same spot, same move, same shot, same everything. So I do my job. But to say it's all about a player and just completely like diminish ourselves, like, we're just a trainer, like we're just supposed to help player. It's not about us. I don't agree. I don't agree at all. Like, I had to make it about myself because I was all about a player at the start, and it was not doing it for me. People would just take advantage, and then they would just leave, and then I'm left with what? So I'm just saying, like, it can be about a player and about a trainer. It can be about both. It's not all about a player, in my opinion. Yes, I help players, but also helping myself. And worst case worse, if let's say I have no players, I can still be relevant and stand on my 2 feet. That's just how I view it. And that's what I've done a long time ago, and I never let the foot go off the gas, and it got me, it got my business to a pretty high level, and it got my brand to a pretty high level, to where now like my brand is recognizable all over the world. So for me, I think it's nonsense to say it's all about a player. Now let me look up this next topic. Oh, this also kind of like goes, like all these topics gonna go kind of like hand in hand. Another one is trainer can't take credit for player success. Okay. So, my time that I give to a player, and I have a lot of players that have been with me for years, since they were seventh graders, eighth graders, and we've been living in the gym for years together. So just with that kind of context, okay? Yeah, some player that will come to me like for a week, like fly into town like for a week. I don't really take credit, right? But like if we still work on stuff that he's able to translate it to a game, and then I have video proof, I'll put it together and I'll upload it, just because I can still show my work. This is me displaying and then showcasing my work and what I can do for a player. But that doesn't necessarily mean take the credit for it. But back to that. So, me giving player my time. Me working hard to be able to afford gym rent. Me spending hours that are not paid for to watch players film, study players' tendency, putting workout together, getting everything scheduled together. Me bringing in interns, people that are helping with workouts. And then me let's say if I need to hop in, play defense on the player, me teach a player, me developing my own self, building my own knowledge, and just improving, everything I know about the game, and me sharing that with a player, me pouring that into a player, and us doing that for years. And so you say, I played nothing. I played no part in that player gaining success. Like that's just another one of those things that like makes you sound like you're such a selfless and such a good guy. But I'd say I disagree. Like all those things that I just named, they all pretty valid and it takes a lot of work. So for you to say all my hard work with that specific player means nothing and it's all the player, you know how many times I had to like force some players to be in the gym just for their own good, just so they can get to where they want to be? A lot. Okay? Like, you know how many times I spend on synergy at night just for hours watching film, studying film? Like, you think I just pull this footage like out my like what do we think here is happening? Do you think I'm just being gifted gym for free and I don't pay rent on it? Like it's pretty crazy the same like or like these interns flying from all over the country to be in the gym with me just because I'm a good guy? No, like I've built my brand up to the point where now people want to be a part of it. So they fly out to Kansas to spend summers with me, intern, and like these interns are in every workout with our players, playing defense, rebound for them, doing all those things for them. So even those interns can take some kind of credit for their players' development. We like I get it, like our job is to help a player, but we can't just discredit what we do like it doesn't matter. I feel like every party should be able to take credit. Like my interns, I give my interns so much credit. Like those guys and girls, they've been amazing in helping me every summer. And it's a different group every summer. And without them, none of this would have been possible. So I'm not just going to be like, oh, I'm taking all the credit. It's not about the interns. No, no, no. Interns are huge. And they should take a big credit to player success. Because the stuff that they do for players, every single workout, every single drill is phenomenal. Like playing live defense every rep for an hour straight and then going to another workout and another workout and another workout, 5, 6 hours straight playing live defense every rep, rebounding, running after the ball, like setting screens, like rolling, cutting, just so we can give player a realistic look. Yeah. So to say all the credit goes to the player and we can't take no credit, well, maybe people who say that are just not able to produce results with players. So they feel the need to say that. Maybe some people say that because they want to be like this very, selfless, nice guy or girl, whatever. Well, congratulations if that's how you feel. But I want trainers to understand that it's fine to feel like you've helped a player because I understand how much work it goes into that. People don't think about all the small stuff, okay? Like you taking your own time. Even if you get compensated for it, it's still your time, okay? Like you still giving that player your time. And then all the time that you're not getting paid for is watching film, studying film, putting together a workout plan for that specific player, doing everything. I mean, it's fine. I promise you that. It's fine to take credit. I'm not saying say, oh, it's all me. Of course, player has credit too for that. But I'm saying it's a collective effort. So for me, that's just one of the things that's been very cringe to hear from a lot of trainers. It's like, let's say a college team wins, right? And like head coach is being praised for, whatever, like the plays, how he coached guys or she coached guys or whatever. Why is it okay for coaches to be praised and for coaches to take credit for team winning? They're not out there playing, right? But they still are being, given the credit for having an impact on the team. I feel like you can argue like sometimes trainer can have much more impact on a specific player. Yeah, coach might have an impact on a team, but within that team there are players that are probably were way more impacted by their trainers than their coaches. Like I know that for a fact with some of my players that are currently playing in college or pros. I know for a fact that I've impacted their game and their lives way more than the coach. So I'm just saying, like that's just another example for you to think why coaches being given credit, but trainers can't do that. Like I feel like trainers do a lot of things coaches can't, and coaches do a lot of things trainers can't. But I feel like both are equally able to take credit for their work. This next one, I'm loving it. I've seen a couple of videos, surfacing on social media about this, where like trainers would like whether have like a podcast or they would be like talking like to other trainers, and it's my favorite phrase. There's enough for everyone to eat. Cool. I was like, what? First thing that came to my mind is, I was thinking, you think when people at Apple walk into their office, they like say to one another, you know what, bro? I think there's enough to eat for everybody. Android can get their share and we can get our share. Or people at Coca-Cola be like, you know what, man? We can let Pepsi have some of the market share. It's enough for everybody to eat. I know people at BMW do the same thing. You know what, man? Mercedes, I mean, I think there's enough people, there's enough for everyone. I bet you not one single business on this planet Earth thinks that there's enough for everyone to eat. Maybe that is true statement, but I don't feel that way. And I'm sure they don't feel that way. I'm sure BMW wants every single human on this planet to drive a BMW. I'm pretty sure Coca-Cola wants everybody to drink Coca-Cola, not Pepsi. And Pepsi feels the same way. I'm sure Samsung wants everybody to have Androids. Like, I don't think not one business thinks that. I feel like it's just, and yeah, like I get it. It's a service industry, so we can service everybody physically, but today's a new age. We can work with people online platforms, training people online. So me personally, I would love to have every single online player. Yeah, take them from other trainers and have them come to me as a business owner and a person that wants to monetize and build the biggest basketball brand there is. Yeah. So yeah, sure, enough for everyone to eat, but I don't think like that. And like it's just me growing up with my father being a businessman. I've witnessed it firsthand how tough competition is and how other companies are trying to put other companies out of business. Like that's a real thing. So like even though I'm not saying like our goal should be putting other trainers out of business, what I'm simply saying is that our goal should be to monetize to the max. Pull in as many clients, as many people online, in person as we can. Like I want to have it all. As a business owner, like that's just how I think. I think on a pretty big scale. So like, yes, sure, there's enough to eat for everybody. Cool. But like, not one business thinks that way. I get it, we're not a product, but online platform is kind of a product. Like online platform to me is kind of a product. So I don't know, that phrase was always like kind of rubbing me the wrong way because there's just like, in my opinion, and I'm just gonna be real. In my opinion, there's like in this trainer industry, a lot of like people want to be buddy so bad, and I almost feel like a lot of trainers when they post content, they trying to post that content for other trainers, like to get like approval from like their peers. Like as long as that one trainer out there is messing with their content, to them that's important. And I'm seeing that pattern from a lot of trainers when they just trying to like post content that only other trainers would find it appealing. A kid who's 13, 14 years old does not care about that one bit. I feel like a lot of trainers don't know their audience. Like our audience are kids, you know. If we talk in TikTok, like we're talking about kids as like young as 9, 10 years old. Like that 9 to 16-year-old demographic. TikTok. Instagram probably say like 12 to 18 like is the biggest one. So I don't know, man. Another thing is like I've been hearing a lot is people talk about as a trainer gotta have humility, like stuff like that, which I get it. Like you can't like be arrogant, but at the same time, to me, it's a difference between like being confident and being arrogant. Like every single business, right? Like every single business, they always brag about why they better than a competitor, and we view it as normal because that's business. Why can't we apply the same type of thinking when it comes to training? Because we're viewed as individuals and not as like this big company who has like a bunch of people that are in charge. Like whenever, a new car comes out, that company says why that car is 80 times better than that other car, the competitor. Like every single product, every single service that comes out, that business is advertising why they're better, why their service is the best. And to us, that's normal business practice. I feel like there's a lot of, saying like, oh, that guy, that trainer got an ego because he like, talks highly of himself or whatnot. Like I've seen that happen a lot. I think a little bit of ego in this game is good. And I think being confident is also very good. Like this whole narrative that we push in our trainer community, like it's all about a player. We don't have to take no credit. We don't do it for the money. Like enough for everybody to eat, and humility. No ego. Like it's almost like, are we running a business here, or this is a charity? Like that's what I'm trying to figure it out. But that's just me. I'm not saying this is not to like again, I'm not trying to throw shots at anybody. I'm just saying that I simply disagree with a lot of messages that are being spread around to trainers. Like how many of these basketball conferences that people go to and they are being taught how to do drills? Like, dude, you really just paid money on that conference, spent airplane tickets, bought airplane tickets, booked the hotel, spend your own time, got there just to get explained how to step into your shot, or how to like rip the ball, or like how to like build counters, like how to come off a ball screen with reads. Like you seriously had to do all that just to watch that? I'm pretty sure as a trainer you should know most of it yourself. And if not, there's a bunch of free information on YouTube and Instagram and TikTok that you can go watch and learn it yourself. There's not a lot of knowledge being spread about how to build a brand. Main reason is because people that do have a brand, they're not going to tell you how to build a brand because they don't want you to catch up. Happened to me a long time ago. There were two trainers back in the day. It was in 2017. That have given me advice to not make videos with myself in it. Boy, I was this close to listening to them. Saying just focus on a player. Like don't post videos with yourself in it. Like you don't move as well. Like you have like bad knees. Like it's not going to be a good look for you. So just focus on a player. And if I did that, you probably never even knew who I was. But not going to talk about him more than that. But it happened to me. There's a lot of advice that's being given that like it sounds good, but it helps with nothing. It helps with nothing. There's enough for everybody to eat. Like, cool. How did that help me? There's so many trainers. Like today, there's so many trainers. And there's very small percentage at the top. I feel like there's like kind of like very small in the middle. And then like whole bunch of trainers just straight numbers, straight quantity. And they all, go to these, pay for these, conferences and like these mentorship programs, and like their brand is stale. Like I'm not saying social media is everything, but it's damn sure a lot. It means a lot in our space. It means a lot. So that's just kind of like my 2 cents on a lot of things that I've been hearing. Is everybody's going to have their opinion about like what's the best way to train, and they're going to talk down on like other methods, whatever. My whole thing was like there's false narratives. And like the point of this video was to help trainers understand that it's fine to feel a certain way. It's fine to do this for the money. You run a business, so you have to be able to help yourself. If you can't help yourself, you can't help anybody else. You can't help your family. You can't help your team. You can't help people around you. You can't help a player. Okay? So it's fine to take credit for your work. Like, if you don't take credit, then you might as well not be there. It's okay. It's normal to want to take credit. If you've done your part and you feel like you did do your part, and you feel like you've busted your ass to trying to help that person succeed, and it worked, it's fine to take credit. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine to treat this like a business. It doesn't have to be buddy. Okay? Like, yeah, sure, enough for everybody to eat, but I want all of these clients. And I'm not going to get all of them, but my mentality is always going to be that way. So that's just kind of where I stand with this. And you guys can let me know how you feel about it, but trainer community is like everybody cares what other trainer thinks of them. I have lost that long time ago. Back then in 2017, I lost that understanding of caring what other trainers may think of me, or like I'm focused on just dominating with my brand every single day. And that's my sole purpose. My sole purpose is for my business to win, for my team to win, for everybody around me to win, and for me to be able to provide for my family. That's that. I mean, if you feel differently, then that's on you. I mean, then that's on you. I mean, we all can't feel the same way, but with this video, I just want to help trainers who are conflicted, who might feel a certain way, but they hesitant to show it or express it. So I hope this video helps. So anyway, I've been rambling for a minute now, and I should have not been talking for that long. My apologies. Like I said, I will get better with time, and I will definitely work on my time management, because it should have been like a 10 to 12 minute clip. Now it's like a half an hour. So not good. But I definitely felt like I wanted to like really cover this and really express how I feel and give people understanding of some things that they feel like is wrong, but in reality it's perfectly normal. It's just there's a lot of people who are trying to sound politically correct when in reality they feel the exact same way like how I just said it. They feel like me, but they will go out there in public and they will start saying, it's not about the money, enough for everybody to eat, yada, 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 blah, 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 blah. All trying to sound PC. Okay? So, enough with that. And I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I will start dropping these every week. I'm just going to cover different topics. And hope you guys tune in. Let me know what else would you like me to cover, speak on. And I will try to do that. And until next time, let's get it.